Howdy everyone, this is Grakef here with our third episode. So, grabbing some contracts, getting started. And as always, this is pre-recorded stuff, or recorded stuff from Twitch that I have now recorded for you. So it has been recorded before, pre-recorded. Uh, yeah, something like that. I'll get that straight in my head. What we're doing right now is we're looking at two contracts available. We've got Explore the Moon and Explore Mimus. I personally prefer Mimus. It's the easier one to do. Um, I do have two contracts for the moon, though, so that is going to be where we go. We're going to go to the moon and build a rocket to get there. Um, so let's start off by grabbing uh, the moon probes strategia contract. This is another mod that makes the administration building, I I think, for me, usable. I don't find the standard version very usable. So, uh, basically, you know per the administration building mechanics, and it's pretty much the same here. You pay in a little bit and get a huge payoff. In this case, for the probe ones, you get a 400%, but it's a minus 80 for other bodies. That actually kind of bites us in the butt on one of these contracts, but it's you still get money, so you recoup your costs, um, and the payout is more than enough because you get 400% for all the stuff you're doing. You get a reputation bonus, and you get a little payout on the end of it too. So when you complete because it gives you a contract that you have to do. Um, I believe for the moon probe ones, it's land in 3 biomes. Um, yeah, I think that's um, what this one is. So not terribly hard to do. A couple of upgrades for our building so we can get more contracts. Because I think I've still got one in there. It's the water one, and we'll get to that in the second half of this video. Yeah, that's basically it. We'll get into the building here, and again, I'm gonna give you some music. I'll jump in where I feel needed, but enjoy the episode. Alright, so we got our Moon Explorer built here. Just adding some finishing touches like a fuel cell, which I found out later in the series that fuel cells don't work the way that I think they should work. But yeah, we'll get into that. Music is courtesy of Ben Sound. So free, royalty-free music from Ben Sound. This one is Going Higher. So I thought it was neat. So we'll try some of their music. All right, so we are going higher with our rocket here. This is gonna be a pretty successful flight, pretty easy. We're just gonna do a flyby. We're gonna do a free return flyby, which is basically we'll go out, and when you kind of look at it, it looks like we make a loop because of gravity. But yeah, we'll go out, kind of make a loop, and then come back around. And in doing so, you only have to make one burn. So if everything goes to complete failure, you'll come back by the Earth and get or in this case, Kerbin, and get captured again. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just up, 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 and the gravity turn goes really well. All right, here we're setting up that gravity turner. Just finished it up, actually. Just need to do just a little bit more here to just tweak it a little bit, get that periaps down into the 145 range. And you see there, right there, we got the red. That means we're good. We're gonna make it back no matter what happens at this point. Lots of science, all the science. Fast forward it out, come around the moon, and then come back. So there you see, trajectory is trying to guess where we're going to end up. So once we hit the atmosphere, you'll see that it would have taken us 3 passes to re-enter. So what I'm doing there is I'm trying to get at least one of those circles to disappear. That way we can cut down that time. The other thing, and I've had issues with this, is trajectory is really bad at guessing atmospheric trajectories, but at least where we have an X there, that means we're going to land at some point, which was good. Before it was just saying we weren't, and I was like, no, that's not the case, but anyways, and we go. Getting more science and doing lots of things. So this particular song that you are hearing in the background, another from Ben Sound, and this is called Extreme Action. All right, we got all the science. So what we're going to build here is a submarine, which is kind of a fun little experiment to do. You can been able to do that for a little while. I'm going to use something mod. It's called ballast tanks, and that'll help a bunch with building this. But you can do it with ore tanks. You can do it a bunch of ways, and actually, you end up using an ore tank to make it a little bit more stable. So looking at my fuel options here and what I'm going to do as far as the fuel tank and the propeller. I don't believe you can do this with stock propellers. They just don't create any thrust underwater. But luckily the Spitfire and Airplanes Plus ones do. So I don't know, exploit. But it works. The other thing I did is also I'm using I want to call this Kerbal Constructs, I believe is what this mod's called, and that allows me to launch immediately in the water. We could have built a little carrying device and carried it down to the water and launched it that way, and I've done that before. But this way, we will launch in the water. It makes it a lot easier. So if you're looking to do boats and submarines, I highly recommend that mod. Need a bunch of batteries to control that water pump. That's what's going to control our ballast for as far as sinking and going up and down there. So I've got the biplane engine there. I'm just checking out the thrust and whether it needs air. And I look at a couple of other engines as far as my options. But yeah, this one is the one we end up going, and gonna make us a sub. So here we go, we're launched. The sub is heading down. It's a little front heavy. I did not expect that. However, with some turning, we get that all righted out. So it does its deed and gets us down to where we can get some science. All right, so here we are coming down. We're going to be landed in water and grab some science. We've got Jebediah out here on the ladder trying to get that to where he can get the science experiments. And I kind of goof on this first one, but on the second video section here, you'll see I get the other experiments that are needed. So I didn't have all the unlocks. So now you can see that I'm getting the other science. So that's all we need to do, and can take that all back and get the rewards. So this is the end of this episode. Appreciate you watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate when you do that. Also, feel free to comment down below. Remember, love is love. Be safe. This is Grakef, signing off.